Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to Dis-Cember 2022. We are looking at Dick Tracy. I know you might be thinking, Scotty, it's not a Disney movie. Actually, it is. It was produced, brought to us by Touchstone Pictures, which is a Disney affiliate. And so it does count as a Disney, movie. And if you try to complain, Nostalgia Critic also did it for his Dis-Cember a few years ago, quite a few years ago now. So it's a Disney movie. There's quite a few Touchstone movies I could do. With that in mind, Con Air is technically a Disney movie too. If you think about it, it was Touchstone. But anyway, yeah. So the film follows Warren Warren Beatty, as the detective Dick Tracy, as he tries to bring down a mob boss named Big Boy, played by Al Pacino. He also comes across the Kid, known only as the Kid, played by Jack from Hook, which came out a year after this, I think. And is also caught the eye of Big Boy's lounge singer, Breathless, played by Madonna. And mostly the film, is about him trying to bring down Big Boy. So that's all it really is. And really, that's my kind of complaint of this, is that it just kind of goes on. Like, this film is just every attempt, he's constantly badgering Big Boy, trying to get him caught for gambling, trying to get him, bring him in for something, because he knows he's doing something wrong, like bad things, but he can't prove it. So he keeps trying to move down, and it's just repetitive. And until you get to a certain point where things kind of start to pick up, there's he has a love interest named Tess, but also Madonna is a love interest too, so it's kind of conflicting. There are a bunch of actors in this that are hidden behind makeup. There's like Michael J. Pollard. There's Dustin Hoffman, I think, is in this. I think he's Mumbles. Dick Van Dyke is the corrupt DA. I see him in here. There's Mandy Patinkin. There's a bunch of other actors in this, I think. Yeah. And I would say that the effects are pretty good. They use matte paintings. It looks great. The visual effects look great. The lighting, there is these lightings. There's yellows and reds and sometimes blues, and it's all lit very well. The look has that sort of comics look, like he came from the comics. Like Dick Tracy himself is very comic accurate. He's got the yellow jacket, the yellow trench coat with the yellow hat, and even like the weird makeup on the bad guys is to represent that. You got a flat top, and then you got other weird looking characters that are just weird looking with the makeup and stuff. And even Big Boy looks really weird with the makeup they have on Pacino, but you can tell Pacino because he talks like this the entire movie. That it's Al Pacino and Madonna. Okay, so the acting in this is pretty good. Warren Beatty is really good as Dick Tracy, and Al Pacino really, he's over the top, but it's Al Pacino. He's really Al Pacinoing his role here. Madonna is fine. Madonna is fine. Nothing bad to say. She's been heckled for her performances in films before, but she's fine for what it is. Of course, she sings a lot of songs in this. That does kind of get annoying because, like, there's montages with her singing, but it just kind of get annoying that she's singing all the time. So, okay, can we have Madonna not singing at this point and just go in? Like, they use music to tell the story, but when it's just the song and you see visuals, it's like, okay, but how is this going on? What's going on? And then partway through the film, like I said, it gets a little better for me because there's this faceless person, which is very obvious who the faceless, is the blank, I guess they're called, and it's obvious who they are. But especially when they kidnap Tess and the piano player is an accomplice, it's like, well, obviously it's it's Breathless, obviously, but Madonna. That's what it is. But yeah, but like because Breathless also wants to bring down Big Boy, but Big Boy is always covering his tracks. Except for there's a point in the movie where uh, Tracy comes in, and they call him Tracy. I was like, why do you call him Tracy? Oh, they want to call him Dick, so they call him Tracy. Tracy comes in and he says, "Hey, you're under arrest, whatever." He's like, "You can't prove me. There's no gambling here. You can't prove it." But it's a ruse so that they could get put a bug in, and they can, have him listen in. And so they're catching all their criminal activities when they plan it. But that's not enough to bring him in. Is Big Boy not there? Like he's crashing all these criminal activities, but that's not enough to bring Big Boy in. He says he just needs one thing to bring him in, and this is not enough. I guess he can't prove it was Big Boy. It's very weird. And then, for some reason, they have Big Boy figure out that he's being bugged. Something dripping. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be dripping on a newspaper, but I don't know. But by the way, it's in a light bulb. Wouldn't it explode if it's wet? I don't know. Or electrical shock, the electrical circuit. I don't know. So they set Tracy up, but then he set them up, and then the blank shows up, and that's the first time we really see them. That Tracy sees them. There's also a subplot with the kid, which is the kid's name, the kid, where he has no place to go, and he doesn't want to go to the orphanage. But then towards the end of the film, the orphanage is coming to get him anyway, which I don't understand. Like he's living with Tracy and Tess, TNT. But Tess leaves, so maybe Tracy thinks he can't deal with the kid. I don't know. But then the orphanage lady shows up and he goes to the orphanage, then escapes again. There's a lot in this movie. And then goes with Tracy. And at the end of the movie, he's just with them again. There's no repercussions for the orphanage thing. And I don't know. He sneaks out. Because what happens is the DA is murdered and Tracy is implicated in the murder. He's framed for it. And I think, was this done by Big Boy? Or was it done by Madonna? I don't remember. There's too much going on. But then Tess is kidnapped at the same time. And Big Boy is framed for it by the blank. And so that's kidnapping. That's a federal offense. And so he's busted, and this ends up with Big Boy's death. But the blank gets shot. It's revealed that it's Breathless. Shock of all shocks. Of course, it's her. And yeah, the movie ends with there's a struggle that Tracy has with, he doesn't want to take a desk job. He likes living this, risky life, and he doesn't want to settle down. But he kind of starts to propose to Tess, but he can't finish his thoughts. And then this part made me roll my eyes. Breathless shows up in his office, and then they cut. And then they're talking about, you have to tell me what's going on with Big Boy. She's like, tell me you want me. And I was like, and then it cuts to Tess walking with the kid. Sorry, it's a Hugh Lewis song. Walking with the kid down the street, right? And I'm like, oh no, they're not doing this. They're not gonna do this. They're not gonna have her walk in. And sure enough, she kisses him, right? Breathless kisses Tracy, and she walks in and sees it. And the kid is talking in the hallway, so he corrects himself because he didn't notice that she saw. And kind of blows up, and that's when she leaves. And it's like, really, we're doing this? We gotta have them break up. Like, couldn't it just been enough that he started to propose and then stopped himself? If you're not gonna go through with it, then why do I need to stay? They could have done that, but no, they gotta do this. I don't know. I don't know. Villains were good. I thought that Tracy was good, as a character. Not much for action scenes. There's the gun scenes and stuff. The Warren Beatty covered in concrete, cement. If you like that. Yeah, this was fine. The music was by Danny Elfman, by the way. And now that I know that, I should have realized it because it sounds a lot like Batman. The common criticism for the music in this movie is it sounds like Batman. Dun, 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 dun. And Shirley Walker also did some of the music, which she did the Batman the Animated Series too. So, yeah, but yeah, it's fine. It's gonna get in the middle of the road because I don't know. I liked it, but I'm not gonna be rushing back to see it again. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's interesting to see this. I saw this when I was a kid. I always wondered why I never would watch it again. Now I know why. It's not. There's nothing to go back to. Maybe once in a blue moon. Maybe I want something in the background. When I'm doing dishes or something. Otherwise, no, it's not for me. But I mean, it's not bad, but it's the middle of the road. So, what are your thoughts on Dick Tracy? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.